Them and their 911, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And it's the first bus stop forecast of the season.
Yes, it's going to be a warm one. We're still warm and humid this morning. We'll be hot and sunny for most of the morning, early afternoon, but today is an alert day because thunderstorms are possible later.
Oh, we'll have to watch out for those.
Yes, they could become severe at times. So let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. Nothing yet. We are dry. We will be warm and muggy for the start of the day. There is a low pressure system and a cold front, though, out to our west. As this approaches us, it will strengthen, so it is possible we could be seeing a few severe thunderstorms, and this will happen later in the afternoon. I would say after 3 p.m. and continue through the evening. Still warm once again. We're in the upper 60s this morning. We have 69 degrees in Richfield Springs and Whitesboro, 67 degrees in Earlville and Lake Pleasant. Pretty humid with 65 degrees for the dew point. So we will be warm and humid for the morning, seeing some sunshine. Severe weather is going to be possible later this afternoon and evening with peaks of sunshine as well. There is going to be lots of dry periods today, but it's possible that we could be seeing gusty winds and heavy rain. It's going to remain unsettled through the weekend, but will gradually start to cool down. We'll be in the 70s this weekend. Still humid, but that humidity looks to break next week for more fall-like weather. So expect it still to be hot and humid today, but we do see some thunderstorms start to roll in this afternoon. Highs will be in the lower to mid 80s. I will talk a little bit more about the Storm Tracker 2 alert day coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Today is the first day of school for kids in
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. It's still going to be really warm and humid today, and we remain humid tomorrow, but we see our dew point drop into the weekend, and next week we start to slowly cool down due to slow moving cold front moving through, and with that cool down we will slowly start to see this dew point decreasing. We will get less humid next week. So mosquito activity is still going to be high today, tomorrow, and Saturday, so just be careful of that if you are going to be outside at night, especially tomorrow night, Saturday night. Make sure to wear the bug spray. But we'll start to see these die off as we head into more fall-like weather next week. This weekend, though, is looking a little bit iffy. It's looking like it's going to be unsettled. For Saturday, we'll be in the mid-70s for the high temperature with showers and thunderstorms. Sunday, we are going to be in the lower to mid-70s for the high temperature with showers. So it looks like it is going to be kind of like a iffy weekend with cloudy skies as well. Gary.
Anna, thanks. The FDA plans to approve up.
Good morning, everybody. Today, we decided to issue a Storm Tracker 2 alert day due to the possibility of severe thunderstorms later this afternoon. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. At this point, we are starting out dry, and it's another warm and humid morning. Our temperatures are right near 70 degrees. It will be hot and humid for most of the morning and early afternoon before a cold front approaches us. So our temperatures to start are in the 60s, warmer than yesterday. We have 69 degrees in Whitesboro and 68 degrees in Deansboro. Looking to the south, we have 66 degrees in Cooperstown, and that dew point is sitting right at 65 degrees, so it is pretty muggy this morning as well. A warm and humid start. We will remain warm and humid for today with highs reaching the mid-80s. At this point, we are dry on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but there is a low pressure system just to the west of us, along with that cold front coming in as well. Once that cold front approaches, it looks to bring a round of thunderstorms. The timing looks to be around 3 to 4 p.m. when it does come in and continues through the evening. It is possible that these thunderstorms turn severe because it is going to be sunny for lots of the morning, and that sun does fuel stronger storms. Because of this, the Storm Prediction Center has put us in a level 2 slight risk of seeing severe weather today. That yellow color that's on our graph here. High winds and flooding is going to be our main concern because it is possible we see heavy rain within these thunderstorms. We cannot rule out the possibility of hail, and we cannot rule out the possibility of an isolated tornado. That is what the level 2 slight risk is. These thunderstorms are going to be scattered. They will still be short-lived. They're going to be strong, but our main concern, once again, heavy rain, gusty winds, cannot rule out hail or a tornado. So just keep your eye on the sky for the rest of this afternoon. The morning and early afternoon look fine, though. If we look on our skycast here, we look sunny and dry through noon. We'll be in the mid-80s at that point, still really humid. But just around 4 p.m., we start to see these thunderstorms develop. This is 6 p.m., still coming in at this point, and then this is 8 p.m. We are seeing thunderstorms at this point. We do dry out overnight with a low in the 60s, still muggy overnight. Tomorrow, we will be seeing peaks of sunshine throughout the day. It's still going to be warm and muggy, highs reaching the lower 80s again tomorrow, and we do see a few pop-up thunderstorms possible tomorrow afternoon and evening. Nothing looks severe tomorrow. Today looks like we could be seeing some severe thunderstorms later. Timing, once again, looks to be starting to come in around 4 p.m. Highs will be in the mid-80s today, still humid, and we will be seeing thunderstorms through the evening, drying out overnight. Tomorrow, there is the possibility of some more thunderstorms once again, but they don't look severe. We continue to see scattered showers and thunderstorms through the weekend due to a cold front that's going to be stalled over us. We'll really start to cool down with more fall-like weather next week. Gary.
Boy, that got your attention right there. Alert day.
Yes, so we just decided to issue it because it's like the first day of school. So I know a lot of people are going to be outside, traveling to and from school. So just keep an eye on the sky.
Yeah, be careful this afternoon.
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. The time right now is 5:21. Coming up next, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And just when you thought that humidity was going to be leaving us, guess again, right?
Yes, still here. We'll be hot and humid for most of the morning, early afternoon. And then we do see the chance of some thunderstorms later that could be severe. So we have our alert day in effect today.
Especially with the kids going back to school the first day,
Yes.
look out this afternoon.
Yes, that's why we did issue it. We just want everyone to be weather aware today. So let's take a look now at the York Full Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are dry to start. We're seeing patchy fog as well. It's hot and humid outside. It is going to remain hot and humid for most of the morning and afternoon. And then we do see this low pressure system with this cold front approach from the west. As this moves towards us, it will strengthen a little bit. The timing of thunderstorms coming in looks to be anywhere from 3 to 4 p.m. Right now, we're in the 60s, warmer than yesterday. 69 degrees in Whitesboro and Richfield Springs, 66 degrees in Westmoreland. Really humid, 65 degrees for that dew point. It's still going to be hot and humid today with highs in the upper 80s, but we do have severe thunderstorms possible this afternoon and evening. It's going to remain unsettled through the weekend. It will gradually start to cool down, though, and that humidity will decrease for more fall-like weather next week. So expect the possibility of some thunderstorms later. Definitely keep an eye on the sky. The timing looks to be between 3 to 4 p.m. where they start to come in. I will talk a little bit more about our Storm Tracker 2 alert day coming up, Gary.
Anna, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. The city of Oneonta.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. We're warm and humid to start. 66 degrees for the temperature, 65 degrees for the dew point. We're also seeing some patchy fog this morning, but we are going to be hot and humid for the morning and early afternoon before it's possible we see severe weather later. And once again, another hot and humid day today. It will be warm and humid tomorrow. But with a cold front moving in tomorrow, another cold front, it does start to cool down for the weekend. And next week, we look more fall-like with highs just near 70. So today, our main concern is going to be gusty winds. Heavy rain is possible as well, but since we have been dry, flooding is a lower possibility than those gusty winds. Hail cannot be ruled out, nor can an isolated tornado, but this afternoon looks severe, so definitely just keep an eye on the sky. Around 3 to 4 p.m. looks to be the timing, the start time of these thunderstorms coming in. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. In high school sports this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Today has been issued as a Storm Tracker 2 alert day due to the possibility of some severe thunderstorms later this afternoon. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. We are seeing clear skies to start. It should be a nice sunrise, but we're also seeing some patchy fog, especially in higher elevations and the valleys, so be careful of that this morning. It's another warm and humid morning. We're in the upper 60s to start, 68 degrees in Whitesboro and Deansboro, and if we look to the south, we have 63 degrees in Sherburne and in Hamilton. Our dew point's right at 65 degrees, so pretty humid to start. It is going to be hot and humid for the morning and early afternoon with some sunshine before the possibility of those thunderstorms come in. We are dry on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but there's a low pressure system along with a cold front just to the west of us. It is developing some thunderstorms out towards Buffalo. Once this heads towards us, it's possible that these thunderstorms strengthen a little bit because of the sunshine fueling that energy, and we could be seeing some severe ones. Timing of this looks to start to come in between 3 and 4 p.m. and continue through the evening. So we are in a slight risk, a level 2 risk today of seeing severe weather. This was put out by the Storm Prediction Center. Our main concern is going to be gusty winds and heavy rain. Flooding is possible, but it has been really dry lately, so it's looking less likely than those gusty winds. We cannot rule out hail, and since we're on a level 2 slight risk, we cannot rule out the possibility of an isolated tornado. So these storms are going to be a little bit more organized than they would be in a level 1 risk. They are going to be scattered and short-lived still, but once again, main concern, gusty winds and heavy rain, cannot rule out hail or an isolated tornado. But we look dry for most of the morning and early afternoon. Let's take a look on our skycast here. We will be seeing some sunshine and will reach the mid-80s already by noon, the upper 80s for the high temperature. Thunderstorms start to develop between 2-3 p.m. as we saw up there to the north, but then looking closer to dinner time, this is 6 p.m., we are starting to see them come in from the west for the rest of us, and then this is 8 p.m. right in the Mohawk Valley here, some heavier thunderstorms. By 10 p.m. we look to dry out, and overnight will drop to the 60s, still humid overnight. Tomorrow is still going to be warm and humid with extra cloud cover. We'll be in the lower 80s for the high temperature, so a little bit cooler, but still pretty warm for this time of year. And it is possible to see a few more pop-up thunderstorms tomorrow as we remain unsettled. So today, expect the possibility of seeing some severe thunderstorms later. Start time looks to be 3 to 4 p.m., and they do continue throughout dinner. And this evening, highs will be in the upper 80s. We look to dry out overnight with the low in the 60s. So we do have our Storm Tracker 2 alert day today due to the possibility of severe thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. Gusty winds and heavy rain is our main concern. We see unsettled weather continue tomorrow with a few pop-up thunderstorms. The weekend remains unsettled with showers and thunderstorms continuing. We'll start to cool down to more fall-like weather next week. Gary.
Fall is coming.
Yes, I'd much rather have the fall weather. I'm sick of the thunderstorms, too.
Yeah, we're getting set for some this afternoon.
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. Well, a bear breaks into a Florida family's home. And thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Remember how exciting it was to get ready for the first day of school?
Yeah, it was fun, but
Yeah.
then I didn't really like school that much.
A lot of kids out there excited for the big day today, though, and it's going to be warm at the bus stop.
Yes, warm and humid this morning. We did issue an alert day today, though, because it's the first day of school. There's the possibility of thunderstorms later around 3 to 4 p.m., so on the way home.
Yeah, be careful in the afternoon.
Yes, so just keep an eye on the sky. Let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are dry this morning. Hot and humid conditions and patchy fog. We are seeing a few thunderstorms developing to the west at this point. This is due to a cold front. It is possible we see severe thunderstorms later. The timing of that looks to start to come in between 3 and 4 p.m. and continue through the evening. But for most of the day, we'll be warm and sunny. We're already in the 60s this morning, 68 degrees in Whitesboro and Richfield Springs. Our dew point's at 64 degrees, so it is pretty humid to start. We'll be hot and humid again today with some sunshine. Severe weather is going to be possible later this afternoon and evening with a few severe thunderstorms possible along with gusty winds and heavy rain. It's going to remain unsettled through the weekend, and it will start to cool down. We'll start to cool down into the 70s this weekend, and more fall-like weather comes in next week. So today, just be weather aware. A few thunderstorms that could turn severe are going to be possible later. Highs reach the upper 80s. I will talk a little bit more about our Storm Tracker 2 alert day coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Today is the first day of school for many kids.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. It's warm and humid this morning. It will get hot and humid again today ahead of some thunderstorms, and will start to cool down tomorrow. The humidity decreases as well. Will still be humid tomorrow, but once we head into the weekend and next week, that humidity will start to drop. So if you are going to be outside either today or tomorrow, mosquito levels still going to be pretty high. Same thing for Saturday, but they'll start to die off once we do see that fall-like weather come in early next week. So this weekend is still looking a bit iffy. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible. Saturday will be in the mid-70s. Same thing for Sunday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. Will be in the mid-70s. So it's not going to be as nice as it was last weekend. It's looking a bit iffy. Gary.
Thanks. The FDA plans to approve updated versions of the
Good morning, everybody. Today is a Storm Tracker 2 alert day due to the possibility of severe thunderstorms later this afternoon. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. We are seeing a nice sunrise to start. It's warm and muggy. There also is some patchy fog in higher elevations and the valleys this morning, so be careful of that. Our skywatchers have us mostly in the upper 60s, so pretty warm. 67 degrees in Clinton and New Hartford, 70 degrees in Deerfield. Looking to the south, 66 degrees in Milford and 64 degrees in Hartwick. We have 64 degrees for the dew point as well, so it is humid as well this morning. We are going to be seeing hot and humid conditions today with highs in the upper 80s and some sunshine to start this morning and early afternoon. We are dry on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but here is our next low pressure system with that cold front that will bring in some scattered thunderstorms later this afternoon. The start time of those thunderstorms looks to be anywhere from 3 to 4 p.m. and continue through the evening. It is possible they turn severe as well because we are going to be seeing lots of sunshine this morning, and that does help fuel stronger storms. Because of this, the Storm Prediction Center has put us in a level 2 slight risk of seeing severe weather. Our main concern is going to be gusty winds and heavy rain. Flooding is a lower possibility because it has been really dry and hot lately, but then we cannot rule out hail or even an isolated tornado because we are in that level 2 risk, which is more organized storms. They are going to be scattered and short-lived. 1 to 2 tornadoes are still possible, and hail is definitely possible as well. And that will be later this afternoon. So let's look on our skycast. We are dry, it looks like, for most of the morning and early afternoon. So this is noon. We're still mostly dry. We're in the mid-80s. 2 to 3 p.m., some thunderstorms come into the north. Then I would say closer to dinner, they look to come into the Mohawk Valley. This is 8 p.m. at this point, seeing heavier thunderstorms rolling in. They continue for a little bit tonight before we dry out overnight with the low in the 60s and still humid. Tomorrow, we will still be unsettled, although it does start to dry out. We are going to be seeing extra cloud cover, and we won't be as hot. Highs reach the lower 80s, still a little bit muggy with a few pop-up thunderstorms possible in the afternoon. So today, just be weather aware, keep an eye on the sky. Thunderstorms are going to be possible later this afternoon through the evening, and they could become severe at times. Tonight, we continue to see thunderstorms before we dry out overnight. That is why we issued a Storm Tracker 2 alert day today. Gusty winds, heavy rain, and hail is possible with these thunderstorms. We see unsettled weather continue through the weekend, and we'll start to cool down due to a cold front. Cooler and more fall-like weather comes in next week. Gary.
Yes, fall is on the way.
Yes, I do love the fall weather, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, nice and cool. Hannah, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And a lot of kids getting ready to get out of bed and get ready for that first day of class, and it's going to be a warm one at the bus stop.
Yes, it's warm and humid this morning, so you don't need a jacket or anything. Later, though, just watch out for the possibility of some thunderstorms, like on the way home from the bus stop.
Especially when you're picking up your kids.
Yes, so that's why we issued an alert day, just because we know it's the first day of school. So let's take a look now at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are dry, hot, and humid to start this morning. Also seeing some patchy fog in the valleys and higher elevations. But we are seeing a cold front to the west of us that's causing some thunderstorms to develop. The timing of our thunderstorms look to be around 3 to 4 p.m. where they could become severe. Our temperatures right now are in the 60s, 67 degrees in Whitesboro, 68 degrees in Richfield Springs. We will be hot and humid again today, already at 64 degrees for the dew point. High temperatures today will reach the upper 80s again. We will be seeing some sunshine this morning and early afternoon, so it does get pretty warm, and that creates the possibility of severe weather for when those thunderstorms come in because we are seeing the sun for a lot of the day. It's going to remain unsettled through the weekend, and with that, it's really going to start to cool down. It will feel more fall-like next week. So today, expect unsettled weather. Thunderstorms look to develop between 3 and 4 p.m. after sunny skies and humid conditions for most of the day. I will talk a little bit more about these thunderstorms coming up, Gary.
Anna, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. The city of Oneonta is taking
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. We're warm and humid to start. 65 degrees for the temperature, 64 degrees for the dew point. We are seeing some sun this morning, but we're also seeing some patchy fog. Today will be unsettled. It does get hot and humid, though, for the afternoon, and then we do see the possibility of some severe weather coming in late afternoon through the evening. We continue to be hot and humid tomorrow. We'll start to see the temperature decrease into the weekend, and next week will be more fall-like. So today, our main concern is going to be gusty winds and heavy rain with the possibility of severe weather. The timing of this looking to come in between 3 and 4 p.m. and then last through the evening. But since it has been really dry and hot, flooding is a lower chance of this, but heavy rain is still possible. We also cannot rule out hail or even an isolated tornado, so keep an eye on the sky for the rest of the afternoon. Gary.
Anna, thanks. In high school sports, it was...
Good morning, everybody. Today has been issued as a Storm Tracker 2 alert day due to the possibility of thunderstorms turning severe later. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. We are seeing nice sunshine, though, to start here this morning. It's warm and humid outside, and it is going to be hot and humid today ahead of these thunderstorms. Our skywatchers have us right near 70 degrees at this hour, 67 degrees in Clinton and New Hartford, 70 degrees in Deerfield. Looking to the south, 66 degrees in Milford, 65 degrees in Westford. So really warm start with our dew point at 64 degrees. Today we'll once again reach the upper 80s with humid conditions. It is going to be another hot and humid day with sunshine ahead of the thunderstorms. We are dry still on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but our low pressure system, our cold front, is just out to the west of us. This will approach us, and as it approaches us, these thunderstorms will become a little bit more severe because we are going to be seeing sunshine for most of the morning and early afternoon, which really helps fuel thunderstorms to become stronger. So because of this, the Storm Prediction Center has put us in a level 2 slight risk, that yellow color, for seeing severe weather. The timing of the thunderstorms moving in looks to be around 3 to 4 p.m. and continue through dinner and this evening. Our main concern is going to be gusty winds, possibly some flooding. It has been really dry and hot lately, but we are going to be seeing heavy rain within these thunderstorms. We cannot rule out hail, and then we cannot rule out a tornado possible. So this is a level 2 slight risk. The storms are more organized than we would see in a level 1 marginal risk. They are scattered, short-lived, intense at times, and then once again, hail is possible. Gusty winds, heavy rain, and then we cannot rule out the possibility of just a passing tornado. So today, Nala and her neighbors are a little bit upset with this. Mando is kind of questioning Nala, asking why we are seeing thunderstorms today. They want the sunshine, but they'll be able to sunbathe for most of the morning and early afternoon before these storms come in. And then Nala says it's a good thing because that means we will start to cool down and more fall-like weather will come in next week. So today on our Skycast, most of the morning and early afternoon will be dry with sunshine. Mid-80s already here at noon. Will warm up pretty quickly and be humid again. Around 2 to 3 p.m. we start to see those thunderstorms develop up north. Then we start to see them moving in for the Mohawk Valley just around dinner. This is 6 p.m. on our Skycast. 8 p.m. a lot of the Mohawk Valley seeing heavier thunderstorms at this point, and then we will dry out by 10, 11 p.m. this evening. We will be dry overnight with the low in the 60s. We'll remain unsettled through the rest of the weekend. weekend. Tomorrow, it's not going to be as bad as today. We see some extra cloud cover come in, and it's not as hot. We'll just reach the lower 80s for the high temperature with a few pop-up thunderstorms possible tomorrow afternoon. So today is our Storm Tracker 2 alert day. Just keep an eye on the sky, especially when you're traveling home from school. Around 3 to 4 p.m. looks to be the development of these thunderstorms. We'll reach the upper 80s and be humid still. Tonight we'll fall into the 60s and we will dry out overnight. Tomorrow we will be seeing the possibility of a few more pop-up thunderstorms. Nothing looks too severe. We will see unsettled weather through the weekend, but we'll really start to cool down with more fall-like weather next week. Gary.
Definitely a warm one for the first bus stop forecast of the year.
Yes, hot this morning, and then keep an eye for thunderstorms on the way home at the bus stop.
Busy day.
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. The time right now is 6:52. Still ahead.
From where the news comes first, this is News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And kids waking up this morning, probably heading out to their bus stop right now, and it's a warm one out there.
Yes, hot and humid this morning. The afternoon, though, the bus stop in the afternoon, I would just watch out for because we could be seeing a few thunderstorms.
Yeah, be careful out there this afternoon.
Yes, so let's take a look now at the York Full Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are seeing dry conditions to start, some patchy fog in the valleys, but if we look to our west, thunderstorms are developing. Today, it's possible to see thunderstorms that could become severe, and the start time of this looks to be between 3 and 4 p.m. So this afternoon and evening, severe thunderstorms are possible. Before the morning and early afternoon, it's going to be hot and humid. Right now, we're already in the 60s, 68 degrees in Richfield Springs. 67 degrees in Whitesboro, and that dew point's at 66 degrees, so really humid this morning. We will be hot and humid today with severe weather possible around 3 to 4 p.m. this afternoon and continuing into the evening. It will remain unsettled through the weekend, and with that, a cool down is on the way. It's going to feel a little bit more like fall next week. So today, expect hot and humid weather to continue with thunderstorms developing later. So keep an eye on the sky later. I will talk a little bit more about these thunderstorms coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Well, today is the first day of school for kids in many.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with sunshine this morning, but we do have a Storm Tracker 2 alert day in effect today due to thunderstorms that could become severe later. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. Sunshine to start. It's warm and humid. It's going to be hot and humid today ahead of some severe thunderstorms possible. So our sky watchers have us mostly in the upper 60s. We even have 70 degrees this morning in Deerfield, 67 degrees in Mohawk, New Hartford, and Clinton. Looking to the south, we have 66 degrees in Milford. Our dew point's right at 66 degrees as well. So already really humid. Definitely don't need a sweatshirt or anything heading out the door this morning. If you're going to the bus stop, it's really hot outside with some sun. We will reach the upper 80s today again. Hot and humid weather continues. We are dry on our York Full Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but there's a low pressure system to our west with a cold front. So a passing thunderstorm is possible this morning, but we do look mostly dry through the later afternoon. Around 3 to 4 p.m., that's when that cold front starts to approach, and that's when thunderstorms could become more severe. So we are in a level 2 slight possibility of seeing severe thunderstorms for this afternoon and evening from the Storm Prediction Center. Once again, start time between 3 and 4 p.m., lasting through the evening. Our main concern is gusty winds, heavy rain. Flooding is lower because we have been so dry and hot lately. Then hail is possible as well, and we cannot rule out a tornado with this level 2 slight risk. The storms are going to be more organized and scattered. They're still going to be short-lived, but they could be intense at times. Once again, hail, gusty winds, heavy rain is possible, and we cannot rule out a tornado. But for most of the morning and early afternoon, we will be dry with some sunshine. On our skycast here, dry through noon. Temperatures reaching the mid-80s at noon. Then around 3 to 4 p.m., we start to see storms develop, especially to the northwest. We are going to be seeing more severe thunderstorms coming in later, it looks like, around dinner time, 6, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. here, seeing some heavier thunderstorms in the Mohawk Valley. So just keep an eye on the sky this afternoon, but it looks like later in the day is where we're definitely going to be seeing those thunderstorms develop. Overnight, we will dry out with a low in the 60s, and tomorrow we will be drier, but it's still going to be unsettled tomorrow. We do see extra cloud cover. Highs reach the low 80s, still humid, and pop-up thunderstorms are possible in the afternoon. So today, keep an eye on the sky. We look dry through the early afternoon with some sunshine, hot and humid. Then later afternoon through the evening, thunderstorms are going to be possible and they could be severe at times. We continue to see those thunderstorms tonight before we dry out. So we have our Storm Tracker 2 alert day today due to gusty winds, heavy rain, hail with the thunderstorms as well. We will mostly dry out tomorrow. A few pop-up thunderstorms are still possible. Unsettled weather continues through the weekend and will really cool down, seeing more fall-like weather next week.
Today is an alert day as there is the threat of some thunderstorms this afternoon on the first day of school for most kids in our area. Meteorologist Hannah Evans is joining us with the very latest. And Hannah, what does the timing of these storms look like?
So right now we're mostly dry. It looks like the thunderstorms start to develop between 3 and 5 p.m. and then becomes severe around 6 to 8 p.m. So we have an alert day today just because it's the first day of school and these stronger thunderstorms are possible later this afternoon through the evening. The main concern is going to be gusty winds, possibly some hail and heavy rain with this. So here's a look now at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We were just seeing a few showers up in Lewis County and just north of Old Forge. A few showers over in Syracuse, but we are dry. Once again, these thunderstorms look to start to develop between the hours of 3 and 5 p.m. So right when the kids are getting off of school. So just keep that in mind and keep an eye on the sky. They do continue this evening. We'll remain unsettled through the weekend, but we'll start to cool down with this unsettled weather, and we will be feeling more fall-like next week. So today, expect these thunderstorms to start to come in around 3 to 5 p.m., and they do become severe possibly this evening, and I will talk a little bit more about that coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks, and quite a warm and humid morning.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today has been issued as a Storm Tracker 2 alert day due to the possibility of thunderstorms becoming severe later. But right now, we are seeing sunshine. Here's a look at downtown Utica. Once again, when we are seeing sunny skies on alert days, that means the thunderstorms are going to be fueled by the sunshine. It's a better chance that they could become severe when they do start to move in later. We are warm and humid again. Our skywatchers have us just near 80, 85 degrees in Mohawk, 84 degrees in Maryland. So it is pretty hot outside. It's very humid, 68 degrees for that dew point. So we're already seeing these ingredients for stronger thunderstorms to develop later. So Nala and her neighbor are not too impressed today. Today, her neighbor, I think it's Mando, is questioning Nala as to why we have to see the rain and the thunderstorms. He just wants the sunshine to continue, but Nala says it's a good thing because it won't be too hot next week when they want to sunbathe because it will finally cool down after this round of rain moves through today and into the weekend. It will cool us down into next week. So don't worry about that, Nala says. Here's a look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're dry right now. We're seeing just a few lighter showers up north, a few showers to the west. No thunderstorm development just yet. There were some thunderstorms moving in from the west, but they have weakened. It looks like the cold front is approaching, and thunderstorms will develop along that cold front between 3 to 5 p.m. this afternoon. So keep an eye on the sky around those times, and they could become severe around 6 to 8 p.m., I will say. So we have our severe weather risk alert for today. Our main concern is going to be gusty winds and heavy rain. Flooding is a lower probability because we have been so dry lately, but then we cannot rule out hail or even the possibility of a tornado because we are at a level 2 slight risk of seeing severe weather today. The thunderstorms are going to be more organized. They're going to be scattered and intense at times. And once again, hail is a possibility, gusty winds, and heavy rain. So let's take a look at what our Skycast has. We are dry now with some sunshine. We're in the lower to mid 80s, hot and humid. We do see some thunderstorms develop up north at first around that time period, 3 to 5 p.m. We'll start to see some thunderstorms really move into the Mohawk Valley and the south of the Mohawk Valley around dinner time. Look to be 6 to 8 p.m. Then we'll dry out around 10 p.m. and we will be mostly dry tomorrow. Tomorrow it's still going to be a little bit unsettled though. There is the possibility of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening. It's still going to be warm and humid with highs in the low 80s. So today we will be hot and humid. We're seeing sunshine now with some scattered thunderstorms possible later that could become severe. Tonight we see a few more thunderstorms continuing before we dry out. So we have our alert day today due to the possibility of gusty winds, heavy rain, and hail with the thunderstorms. And it's also the first day of school. They look to start to develop between 3 and 5 p.m., kind of right when the kids are getting out, just at 3. So just keep an eye on the sky. We remain unsettled through the weekend, and we really start to cool down to more fall-like weather next week. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. We turn now to the latest in that ongoing manhunt, reporting from Ukraine. Time now for a first look at the weather in this half hour. Once again, here is meteorologist Hannah Evans.
We have issued a storm tracker 2 alert day for today due to the possibility of thunderstorms becoming severe later. So strong thunderstorms are possible, and the timing looks to be they start to come in around 3 to 5 p.m. and become severe a little bit later, 6 to 8 p.m. with strong winds, heavy rain, and hail possible. So at this point on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, we are seeing mostly dry conditions, a few showers kind of moving just to the north of Syracuse into the Rome area, a few showers up north towards Old Forge as well. But at this point, no thunderstorm development just yet. The sunshine we're seeing now will help those develop and fuel and become stronger later in the day. So just keep an eye on the sky for the rest of the afternoon. Severe weather is possible with strong thunderstorms around dinner time. It's going to remain unsettled through the weekend, and it will start to cool down because of this. We will be seeing cooler weather and more fall-like weather next week. So today, expect the possibility of a few thunderstorms that could become severe. We're hot and humid still today, and I will talk a little bit more about these thunderstorms coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. An international team of 100.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. We are tracking sunshine now, but today is a Storm Tracker 2 alert day due to thunderstorms possible later. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. Sunny skies now, but if you do remember, when we see sunshine on days that we are expected to see thunderstorms, the sun only helps fuel the thunderstorms and create more energy for them to become stronger. So this is why we issued an alert day today. It is possible to see severe thunderstorm development later. But right now we're sunny and hot. Our sky watchers have us mostly in the 80s. We have 85 degrees in Mohawk and 84 degrees in Maryland. Our dew point is at 68 degrees. Another humid day outside today with that sun and the temperature. It is definitely feeling closer to the upper 80s rather than the lower 80s. At this point, just a few shower development on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few showers just north of Old Forge. A few showers just north of Syracuse, moving into the Rome and Boonville area at this point. Nothing severe just yet. There is that cold front to our west. Once this cold front moves in, thunderstorm development work will occur. It looks to be between 3 to 5 p.m. the start time of these thunderstorms moving in and the development of them, and that it is possible for them to become severe. Looks like the time of severe weather could be between 6 and 8 p.m. this evening. We are in a level 2 slight risk of seeing severe weather today from the Storm Prediction Center. That's that yellow color. And the main concern is going to be gusty winds. We are possibly going to be seeing hail as well. Flooding is a little bit lower because we have been so dry lately, but heavy rain is possible. And then we cannot rule out a tornado with that level 2 slight risk. The thunderstorms are going to be more organized. They're still going to be scattered though, and they are short-lived but intense at times. Once again, hail and gusty winds, possibly some flooding with the heavy rain, and then a tornado cannot be ruled out. So let's take a look at what our Skycast has. We have dry conditions now. We're in the lower to mid 80s, definitely feeling a little bit warmer than that. We do see some development coming in between 3 and 5 p.m. But around 6 to 8 p.m. we see some more development, and they do become heavy and possibly severe. But we will be dried out by 10, 11 p.m. this evening. Tonight will fall into the 60s, will be muggy again, and tomorrow it's going to be warm and humid still. We'll be in the upper 70s at noon and the low 80s for the high temperature. It remains unsettled with the possibility of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm, but it is a lot drier than today. Today we are expecting scattered thunderstorms to move in once again between the hours of 3 and 5 p.m., but it's possible they don't get severe until later. We are seeing sunshine, hot, it's humid now. Tonight will be warm and muggy with a few storms continuing. The main reason we issued the alert day is because it is the first day of school and these thunderstorms develop right around the time the kids are getting out, so just keep an eye on the sky. We'll remain unsettled through the weekend and will cool down to more fall-like weather next week. Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Well, would you relocate?
Kristen Copeland.
I'm Jason Powell. Hot, humid, tracking storms. Yeah, it's a Storm Tracker 2 alert day.
But we did get through the first day of school without having to worry about that. We're going to start tonight in the Weather Center, where Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis is tracking what's to come.
Yeah, it looks like the storms are coming. It's going to be this evening, so the next couple of hours we'll be having to watch things really closely. We have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 9 o'clock, along with a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings now starting to impact parts of our area. We'll start in Otsego County. This storm, severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 5:30 for the eastern part of the county. This might be extended to the north just based on what I'm seeing on the radar. We'll put a track on this as it moves north of Cooperstown towards Springfield at 5:17, Van Hornsville at 5:27, and Stark at 5:30. We also have another storm entering Madison County. This severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 5:45. More storms will be approaching from the south as we head into this evening and tonight. Current temperature is 83 degrees, high humidity in place. Storms rolling through this evening. The weather cools off, but it remains very humid as we get into tomorrow and into the start of the weekend with more rain chances ahead. Look at that forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
A hot one in school today. It was
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good evening. We are tracking thunderstorms approaching central New York. There are a few of them that are stronger than others. Let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Madison County until 5:45. This storm has the ability or the capability of producing 60-mile-an-hour winds, and it's tracking towards Smithfield at 5:26 and Stockbridge at 5:35. We're also watching this strong storm, no warning on it here, but producing lots of thunder and lightning just south of Richfield Springs. This will be moving into Fulton and southern Montgomery County within the next half an hour or so. What I'm watching very closely is to the south and west. There is a line of storms that stretches from west of Ithaca down towards Scranton, and this is moving to the north and east. And if this holds together, which I think it will, I think most of us are talking about thunderstorms, widespread storms between about 7 to 9 o'clock this evening. Plenty of thunder and lightning, locally heavy rain, and we could see a few more severe thunderstorm warnings with this as this whole area of storms lifts to the north and east. We've positioned the Nexus camera towards that storm in Madison County. We can see the storm clouds in the distance. We'll be watching that camera closely as storms approach the Mohawk Valley here over the next couple of hours. A hot day today. Whitesboro 85, 91 in Dolgeville and Little Falls. Across southern valleys, Sherburne 89, Norwich 86, and where it's raining, a little bit cooler, Cooperstown down to 74 degrees. We've got a slow-moving cold front moving in from the west. This is not going to behave like many other cold fronts. This is not going to be an instant cool down. It's going to take several days for the weather to cool down here in central New York. It's still very humid tomorrow with temperatures in the upper 70s. We're also watching now Major Hurricane Lee out in the Atlantic, Category 4 storm, likely to become a Category 5 storm, which is the highest category of hurricanes as this continues to move westward. This is the forecast from the National Hurricane Center. We'll have to see what happens with this as it approaches, or I should say gets closer to the East Coast for the middle of next week. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Again, thunderstorms The storms end generally before midnight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 60s. Friday looks mostly cloudy. Again, it's still very humid, but not as warm as the past couple of days. It'll be about 10 degrees cooler. Temperatures close to 80 for the high. It looks like maybe a shower Friday. Most of the day looks dry. Same thing for Saturday. A passing shower or thunderstorm is possible on Saturday. It doesn't look to be a washout with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Scattered storms tonight, especially early, low of 66. Tomorrow, humid passing storm, high temperature of 77. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It does cool off as we head into early next week. Showers around Sunday and Monday with highs in the low 70s. Looking dry on Tuesday. More showers and storms possible Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to continue to keep you updated on the progress of these storms throughout the newscast.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Well, heat and a hurricane. That's what we're talking about right now. Two major weather threats now and in the days ahead.
So this hurricane, again, could become a Category 5 storm. Laura Aguirre reports.
We know how hot it's going to be every summer, so the fact that they aren't really prepared for these kinds of incidents is a little ridiculous.
Many parents across the Northeast are, well, heated this week, sweltering under near-record temperatures in cities like Philadelphia, New York, and D.C. Several school districts closed or adjusted schedules, sending some kids home for virtual learning just as their new school year begins.
It's better to shift them to an environment where we can have the focus again beyond teaching and learning as opposed to it's hot.
It just really doesn't make any sense to me why they don't have air conditioner.
Some cooling relief could arrive there Friday, but Texas and parts of Arizona could see triple-digit temperatures through the weekend. Floridians are still cleaning up after Hurricane Idalia, the Cat 3 storm that barreled into its northwest coast last month. Eyes are now on Hurricane Lee swirling faster in the Atlantic. Current models have it passing north of the Leeward and Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, possibly becoming a Category 5, meaning sustained winds over 160 miles per hour by late Friday. Forecasters say it's too soon to tell if or where it could smash into the U.S. mainland. But even if it stays out to sea, areas along the East Coast could experience dangerous surf and rip currents. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Coming up, the G20 summit highlighting global economic. Katrina's Holding made it up here to Smith Hill. I had a biscotti. It was excellent.
I had something that had a lot of sweets inside of it. I don't even know what it was. It was
Musty?
delicious. No.
No, something
It
different?
was square. It had cinnamon and apple inside.
Oh,
I don't know what it was.
like a little pie?
She got a call. Yeah.
Maybe. Bill, you didn't get any
I got
because you
nothing.
came in late.
Bill,
Sorry.
Bill's tracking storms.
Bill's tracking
okay?
storms.
Yeah,
I'm
it's time to
sorry.
eat.
The next time, I will make sure we save you something.
All right. Sounds good. I'm going to hold you to that. We're busy tonight. We've got some storms to track. We've got thunderstorms just south of Rome. These are not severe, but they're producing thunder and lightning. We're going to track them as they head to the east. They're likely going to intensify over the next half an hour, heading towards Oriskany at 552, Marcy 557, Trenton 614, Prospect 623. We're also tracking some stronger storms near the Binghamton area. This is going to lift to the north, and that'll be rolling into our area within the next hour to hour and a half. So things will be busy here for the next couple of hours. This line of storms ahead of a cold front, which will be cooling the temperature off. We're sitting at 83 degrees. It's going to be very warm and humid this evening with scattered thunderstorms. Temperatures will cool down tomorrow, but the humidity is going to be hanging around. We're going to look at your forecast coming up. Back over to you.
More back to school pictures to
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
We are tracking widespread thunderstorms approaching from the south this evening. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Newly issued severe thunderstorm warnings from the National Weather Service to pass along. This is for Madison, Shenango, and southwestern Otsego County until 6:30. This is a potent line producing a lot of thunder and lightning, along with some damaging winds. That's why this has a severe thunderstorm warning on it, capable of producing 60-mile-an-hour winds as this moves to the north and east. We also have a few thunderstorms ahead of that line, producing some thunder, some lightning, some downpours. No warnings with these, but still packing a bit of a punch, heading towards Utica at 624, Russia 652, Fairfield 703. Again, the bigger picture showing widespread storms approaching from the south. Everything tonight is moving in from the south, from southwest to northeast. So just be on the lookout for widespread storms. This likely will hold together for the most part, even though this will be arriving towards sunset. I think there's going to be enough packing of winds with this and some locally heavy rain. And again, you can see each one of those white dots represents lightning. There's a lot of lightning with this line at the moment. We'll continue to monitor this as it moves into our region. A live look in downtown Utica. Skies turning ominous. But again, this stronger storm still about another hour or two away from approaching and moving in. It's a very warm day. A lot of places in the 80s. Schuyler 81 degrees, West Leiden 78. Richfield 86 degrees, Morris 77, Cassville checking in with 87 degrees. These showers and storms are ahead of a cold front that will be arriving in our region as we get into tonight and tomorrow. Some cooler weather to follow, but in stages. It still stays pretty humid here over the next 24 hours. We're also watching Hurricane Lee, which has become a major Category 4 storm. It's quickly strengthened, expected to become a Category 5 storm. The National Hurricane Center continues to track this moving towards the east coast by early next week. It eventually turns to the north, but it is something we'll be watching here, especially along the east coast for, at the very least, a lot of strong waves into the mid-Atlantic, into the northeast. Tonight, our local weather, again, focused on those thunderstorms that will be moving through the region. Things quiet down after midnight. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-60s. Very humid tomorrow, not as warm as today. Mostly cloudy skies in the morning, a few breaks of sunshine in the afternoon. Small chance of a pop-up storm in the afternoon time. But I do think most of Friday looks okay for outdoor events, as well as football. And then a few scattered showers are possible on Saturday. Not seeing a washout there either. Different story for Sunday and Monday. Showers tonight. A low temperature of 66, passing shower, maybe a rumble of thunder tomorrow. Humid, a high of 77. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. More of a washout Sunday and Monday. Cloud showers, low 70s. Tuesday, mostly cloudy, 73. Some showers and storms possible again on Wednesday and Thursday with highs near 70. We'll continue to track the progress of those thunderstorms. I'll look at the latest radar tonight at 6. We'll be right back.
I'm Kristen Copeland. After another hot and sunny start to the day, rain and thunderstorms are rolling in.
An alert day has been called, so let's get you right over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. He's tracking it all.
A lot of thunder and lightning with these storms that are starting to approach from the south. We have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 9 o'clock. We've got a lot of activity to show you on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The leading edge producing a few downpours and thunderstorms starting to move into Oneida County. These are producing downpours and an occasional rumble of thunder. The stronger storms are to the south. There's a lot of thunder and lightning with these moving in from the south. Severe thunderstorm warning for Madison, Shenango, and southwestern Otsego County until 6:30. That line will be moving in from the southwest, moving from southwest to northeast. So again, one of those scenarios where I think just about all of us will see something, whether it's rain, gusty winds, or lots of thunder and lightning. Current temperatures 80 degrees. Griffiths and Rome reporting thunder and lightning. We'll see temperatures in the 70s this evening. Some cooler weather tomorrow, but the humidity stays very high over the next couple of days. We have more rain chances ahead, too. Look at that forecast coming out. Back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Hot one at school.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good evening. We are tracking widespread thunderstorms approaching from the south. Let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Probably the number one thing with this is the number of lightning strikes. We've been seeing a lot of them. In fact, we'll do a count here. There's been 277 lightning strikes in this area in the last half hour. So these storms are pretty noisy as they move in from the south. They're also producing some locally heavy rain, and we're seeing storms develop ahead of the main line, too. In fact, this particular batch over southern Oneida County, while it doesn't have a warning with it now, it very well could. That's the direction it is heading as it continues to strengthen, moving over New Hartford within the next few minutes here. Whitestown 633, Marcy 641, Howland Patton 653. Again, downpours, thunder, lightning. A severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Madison, Shenango, and southwestern Otsego County until 6:30. This line of storms producing some damaging winds, but again, any of these storms could be producing some gusty winds as they develop. And I actually want to show you one more thing before we move on to the next graphic here, and that's how things have developed over the last 2 hours. You can see that there's a lot of interaction with storms within the past half hour with different winds, different downdrafts from the storms, and you can see a development right over Utica here. So bottom line, just keep your guard up this evening. A lot of these storms will be rapidly developing and conditions will change very quickly here over the next hour or two. But the general idea here is that storms will be impacting our area from now until likely 9 to 9:30 here. Live look in downtown Utica. Skies again turning ominous. Rain on the way along with some thunder. Temperatures this evening in the 70s and low 80s. Very humid conditions across the area. 86 in Richfield, Sequoia 82, Whitesboro 84 degrees. A lot of our sky watchers checking in before the rain arriving from earlier today. Live look at the radar and satellite image. A cold front is responsible for producing those storms today. The humidity sticking around tomorrow, but temperatures will be cooling off over the next few days. We're also watching Major Hurricane Lee, which has developed into a monster storm, likely becoming a Category 5 storm over the next couple of days. The National Hurricane Center track continues to move it towards the east coast, likely turning to the north by the middle of next week, but it is quite a ways away before it would impact anywhere along the east coast, if it does. Tonight, thunderstorms. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-60s. Tomorrow, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies in the morning, followed by some sunshine. Temperatures climb into the upper 70s. It's still very humid tomorrow, just not as hot as the last couple of days. Tomorrow night, looking at partly cloudy skies. The chance of a passing shower or thunderstorm again on Saturday, but neither day looks to be a washout with temperatures in the 70s. Scattered storms tonight, low of 66. Tomorrow, a humid passing storm possible in the afternoon, 77 for the high. Cloudy showers Sunday and Monday. Those days are leaning towards a washout. Temperatures in the low 70s, and it stays cooler heading into early next week as we can hear the rain falling on the roof as I speak.
All right.
We're speaking too.
Yes.
The rain is here.
Yeah.
It is. You're going to have to run to the car.
Well, Bill will let me know when it's
Maybe
in.
we'll bring car right over to you.
That's a good
Right to
idea.
the door.
Valet.
That's right. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6.
From where the news comes first, this is News Channel 2 at 10 on
Here, these monitors were knocked out. What an evening it was for some of us here in central New York. Severe thunderstorms plowed through parts of our viewing area, causing trees and wires to come down, knocked WKTV off the air for a bit. We're still trying to get these things set up for you. It is your top story tonight. This is video sent in from Dallsville in Herkimer County. Massive lightning strikes. They were especially hit hard in North Utica, Deerfield, up here on Smith Hill. One of the strongest storms to roll through our area up here at WKTV in quite some time. Now, we're learning over 2,000 National Grid customers are without power, may not be restored until after 2 a.m. NYSEG customers in Otsego County also without power, about 1,600 there or so. Most of the reports, though, are for downed trees or wires, some minor flooding. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis, who's tracking this all evening long. We stood a little bit away from the window, but we stood in the window, watched this.
We did what we were probably not supposed to do.
Don't do what we did, just
Yeah.
don't do as we do as we say. But still, I mean, it was a storm for us up here, and some folks really, got hit with it.
I don't remember a storm producing so much lightning. I think part of it was because we were heading into the evening time, so as it got darker, it was easier to see lightning flashes.
Sure.
But here on Smith Hill, with just the amount of lightning and the wind and the damage that we had, it was very localized to this area. But we also had wind damage in parts of our region too, especially across the south out towards Otsego County. A lot of wind damage reports and also reports of some small hail. So it's been a very active day today. Things are starting to quiet down tonight. We're still seeing rain on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. And that rain is going to gradually move to the east tonight. I'm not expecting any additional storms to move through overnight. our next chance of rain is a small chance, and that's going to be for tomorrow afternoon. Our current temperature is 68 degrees. While this rain comes from a cold front and it has cooled things off, it's not going to make things any less humid, at least not tomorrow or Saturday. It still looks very, very humid, and that means overnight lows don't cool off very much. Looking at overnight lows in the 60s, so it's still probably a good night to run the air conditioner if you have it. We are tracking the humidity, a couple of chances for rain heading into the weekend. A look at that forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, Utica police have arrested a man following a traffic stop on Mohawk Street. Police say 23-year-old Trevon.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking a continuation of some light rain from the thunderstorms that came through earlier today. This rain is pushing to the east, and we will get a chance to dry out heading into tonight. This cold front that came through is not going to change the temperature all that much, and it's not going to do much at all with the humidity. This is a live look in downtown Utica. The scene earlier this evening was pretty chaotic with the strong winds, frequent lightning, and heavy rainfall. Things have settled down across the region today. In addition to gusty winds, some thunder and lightning, we also had some pictures of hail. This picture from Robert taken in Oriskany Falls. That was about penny to quarter-sized hail. So that was something that we saw too in some of those storms. Chance of rain goes down tonight. Just a small chance of rain for Friday, especially in the afternoon. The weather looks generally dry for Friday night, and then increased chances for rain showers heading into Saturday. I think the wettest days in the next 7 look to be Sunday and Monday. And this all has to do with a slow-moving cold front, which will get stuck in our area. The front's to our west, and it will put the brakes on and become a stalled front, a stationary front as they call it in meteorology, and that will be our weather here for the next couple of days. While we're watching that, we're also keeping an eye on the tropics. We have a major hurricane that has developed out in the Atlantic, Hurricane Lee. Sustained winds at 130 miles an hour. That makes it a Category 4 storm. It's expected to become a Category 5 storm as we head into the next couple of days, especially by the weekend. Right now, the National Hurricane Center does 5-day forecasts, and this is as far as it goes. Looking at some of the long-range projections beyond that, this storm likely turns before heading towards the east coast. But again, it was something we're just going to have to wait and see as we get better information over the next couple of days. So again, stay tuned. Tonight, rain comes to an end. Some patchy fog. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-60s. Tomorrow starts out with clouds. We'll see some sunshine in the afternoon. Not a bad day. Just the chance of a passing shower again with that front nearby. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Looking generally quiet tomorrow night. Should be a good night for football. Looking at temperatures in the low 60s heading into tomorrow night. On Saturday, the chance of a passing shower. Again, like Friday, not expecting a washout. Temperatures climb into the mid-70s. Scattered rain comes to an end tonight. Low of 66. Humid tomorrow. A passing storm, a high of 77. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers, thunderstorms possible Saturday, but a better chance on Sunday. Rain showers Monday. Cooler temperatures as we head into early next week with highs in the low 70s. We'll be right back.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Wow, what an evening it was for some of us here in central New York. Severe thunderstorms plowing through parts of our viewing area, causing trees to go down, wires to come down, even knocked WKTV right off the air for just a bit. It is your top story tonight. Now, this video sent in from Dolgeville in Herkimer County. Massive lightning strikes there. We here at WKTV were hit especially hard in North Utica and Deerfield up on Smith Hill. One of the strongest storms to roll through here on the hill in quite some time. I've been here about 28 years now and haven't seen something like that in a while. We learned about over 2,000 National Grid customers were without power. Most of them have had it restored in the last hour or so. And there were over 1,600 in Otsego County still working on getting power back to them. Most of the reports, again, are for downed trees or power lines, some minor flooding as well. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. You were tracking this as it happened. We were watching from the window. It was quite a sight to see, and
Yeah.
You brought up a good point last hour at 10 o'clock. We may have had storms like this before, but because it was dark, we got to see them.
So much lightning, and it was a lot easier to see it as we were approaching twilight. And not only did we get a lot of lightning, we did get some wind. We even had some reports of hail, too. This is a look at all the wind reports submitted to the National Weather Service in the Mohawk Valley, Southern Valleys. Pretty widespread. Many places reporting some of that. Strongest lightning for sure in quite some time across central New York. I think at one point, those storms that were in North Utica were producing lightning at a rate of more than 300 flashes per hour. So, yeah, it is quite a show here today. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The rain showers are now moving out of the area. A couple of lingering areas of light rain and drizzle, but tonight the weather will quiet down. We'll get a chance to dry out as a cold front moves to the east. Our current temperature is 68 degrees. It's going to remain humid. We're not going to see a big drop in the humidity yet, but we will see some cooler temperatures over the next couple of days. Tonight, going to bed, again, it stays very warm tonight, probably air conditioner worthy again. And again, it's because of the humidity. Overnight lows only in the mid-60s. We are tracking some cooler temperatures. I'll let you know how things are trending as the kids head off to school tomorrow. We'll look at that bus stop forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, Utica police have arrested a man.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Still seeing some lingering rain showers from a cold front that has moved through the area. That's going to take the edge off of the heat, but not the humidity. It is still going to be very humid tomorrow. The rain will be coming to an end tonight. We'll see some leftover patchy fog as conditions will dry out overnight. Here's a live look in downtown Utica. Again, some storms earlier today, packing a punch. This is some hail that was recorded in Oriskany Falls. This picture comes from Robert. And another great picture here from lightning in Clinton. Take a look at this beautiful shot. Garvis taking this high detailed photo, just showing the beauty of the sky, the beauty of lightning. It's very powerful, it's very dangerous, but it's also really pretty. You can see the way that this kind of just forks away, almost looks like tree branches. And again, a big thank you to Garvis for that. Our rain chances decrease tonight. Looking at generally dry weather tomorrow. Just a small chance of a pop-up shower, not expecting much here. But we do have a cold front that's going to stall in our area, and that could give us a couple of scattered showers here, not only tomorrow, but also Saturday. The next chance of widespread, more of a steadier rain is expected to be Sunday. Until then, just more of the hit or miss kind that we expect over the next 2 days. So again, that front slowly approaching from the west. We will see changes in the weather. It's going to take a couple of days for that as it's such a slow mover. Big news out of the Atlantic. We now have Hurricane Lee as a Category 5 storm. Recall that this storm was expected to do that, but not until Sunday. Well, it's already there, and it's got favorable conditions still. The National Hurricane Center is now calling for winds to peak out at 180 miles an hour. That would make it a top 10 strongest hurricanes recorded of all time in the Atlantic. If it gets any stronger than that, if it gets up to 185 miles an hour, it'll be on the top 5. So this one's going to be one for the history books. Now, the question is what happens to it? Where does it go? The projection still turns it into the north. The question is, what kind of impact would it have along the East Coast? Is it just surf, or would it get any closer? Right now, it looks like this is going to generally turn away, but we are looking at forecast models that are now 6, 7, 8 days from now. So we really try to be careful here with that, just because we're looking so far into the future. And we've come a long way in weather forecasting, but we're not quite there yet. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, looking at overnight lows dropping down into the 60s. It'll be a warm night, good night to run the air conditioner. Some fog first thing tomorrow morning, some patchy fog followed by some sunshine. Temperatures climb into the upper 70s. Should be a nice night for high school football. Humid, but cooler than the last couple of days. Temperatures in the 70s by game time. On Saturday, again, a couple of showers are possible with that front nearby. It's not until Sunday that the rain becomes a lot more widespread. Scattered storms, well, scattered showers tonight, I should say. A low temperature of 66. Tomorrow, looking at humid conditions, a passing storm, but again, most of the day's dry, high of 77. Same thing for Saturday, 74. Sunday and Monday, more of a steadier rain, cooler temperatures in the low 70s. Dry Tuesday, more rain chances Wednesday and Thursday. But again, yeah, big news out of the tropics.
That's unbelievable.
Already a Category 5 storm.
And it's still too soon to find out if it's going to have any effect on the East Coast yet, right?
I'm thinking right now it's mainly surf. There's going to be a lot of big waves along the East Coast. We'll have to see if it comes close enough where we'll feel more of the effects or not.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Bill. Coming up next,